Okay, so today we're going to watch this short little video. It's a story um, called Hair Love. And as we are watching this story play out in front of us, I'm going to go through the different parts of the plot, starting with the exposition, which is where we build our schema and background knowledge about the main characters and the setting. And then typically after that, we immediately come upon the conflict or the problem or the incident of the story. And without the conflict or without the problem or without the incident of the story, we wouldn't have a story. There would be no purpose in continuing on with the rest of the plot. So we have the exposition, which is the characters and the setting, the conflict, which will give us what the problem that the main character faces is. After that, I'm going to tell you what the rising action is. These are the events that lead up to the climax, which is the game changing moment for the one of the main characters, which is where the main character's mind frame switches and they're able to refocus or something changes for them. For their outcome. Then we'll go down our little plot diagram into the falling action and then the resolution, which is the answer to the problem or the ending of the story. So as we're watching this, I will be telling you the parts of the story. So pay close attention as we jump in right here to the exposition. And this is called Hair Love. Now I'm going to stop right here. And if you noticed really quickly, you noticed that there was a calendar and there was a heart on the date of the calendar. We can make an inference here because she's rushing to get ready. What do you infer is about to happen here? And as we continue on, you will quickly determine if your inference was correct.
Just took a little bit of work and a whole lot of love. Are you ready to do this? All right, here we go. See? Now, wasn't that easy?
Okay, I'm going to stop right here. And at this point in time, we have definitely come upon the exposition, which is the introduction of the main characters, which is the sweet little girl and her daddy right here. And also, the setting is her home. And we can go ahead and see that the conflict is what? What is the problem of the story? If you said that the conflict of the story is that the little girl cannot get her hair fixed, you are so correct. So this is going to be the main problem. So everything around this story revolves around the conflict, the problem that this little girl and her father faces, which is hair. And if you are a little girl, then like most fathers, when I was a little girl, my daddy couldn't fix my hair very well. So this little girl is having the same problem. And so now we're going to lead up into the rising action, the events that take place to help try and solve the problem. And then we're going to get to the climax, the game changing moment. So we can see here as the dad is looking around, and we can look at his face and see that as he was looking at these hair products, he was overwhelmed because he had no idea how to fix this little girl's hair. She has a lot of hair. An African American girl hair is a lot of work because there's certain types of products that you have to use on their hair, especially curly hair. I have curly hair, and you can't just use whatever you want to on curly hair. And so he looks over and he quickly sees this hair bonnet, and we can infer that he's like, oh, that's a simple fix to this problem. But let's see what this little girl thinks in the rising action right here. So all of these events right now are the rising action as the daddy tries to defeat the hair that he feels like is such a huge thing that he's never dealt with before. Now, this part right here would actually be part of or the climax of the story, right at this very moment right here. Because this is where the character changes directions. He sees that the little girl is sad and he realizes that he is going to have to do something. So this is where he begins to change. His heart begins to change. And here he is about to fix the main problem.
Even though I'm not there, I'll guide you through this. I want to thank my very special assistant, my daughter Zuri, for helping me with.
So now we see that the lady that's making the videos right here is actually his wife and the little girl's mom.
And a whole lot of love.
So if you inferred earlier that they might be going to see her mom or somebody special, your inference was correct. So you see a physical change in the daddy right here. His heart changes the direction, and this is the game changing moment. He decides to do the hair.
First, you want to moisturize these beautiful thick curls with a leave-in conditioner, which will also help detangle the kinks. Now, part all your hair into sections, clip it away. You're doing an amazing job. Yay, you did it! That was so much fun.
All right, so he did it. And now we're going to go into the falling action. The first event of the falling action is that they're ready, dressed, their hair looks good, their outfits look good, and now they're headed to see somebody at the hospital. And this would be an example of irony right here, where the mama is so sick, but she loved her daughter so much that she made all these videos about her hair. And now she doesn't have any hair. And she's so proud of her husband and her little boy and her little girl that they got their hair done. And here is the mama that the little girl drew a picture of, and she thinks she's a queen without her hair. Regardless of if she has her hair or not, she loves her anyways. And now she gets to go home, and we know that because the daddy picks up a bag. We can make that inference. And the resolution is that the little girl goes home, and you can see in these pictures right here that the mama's hairs start to grow back. We can infer that maybe she had cancer or something. And now the little girl is such a pro at doing hair. Look at that hair as it's growing out for the mommy. And they continue practicing. So the resolution is that he figures it out. So that is our breakdown of hair love, starting with the exposition, the conflict, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution.